What's up, YouTube? Andrew here, bringing you another episode of Crypto Muse. Apologies for not having posted a video in a while. I will make a better effort in the future to continue to keep you guys updated. I've been in Vegas for the past couple days, just at a crypto meetup and a couple of other business things I had to attend to. And, of course it's Vegas. So anyways, wanted to just provide a quick update of what I'm seeing. There was a U.S. House subcommittee today, and although there were some positive comments, I don't think it really helped much. And I think it really just underlies the importance of market sentiment. And the market goes in cycles. A lot of the times good news will come out and we will still see this market dump. And I think Bitcoin's in a unique situation because it's unregulated and largely controlled by a couple of individuals. Wanted to kind of update anyone who's listening, anyone who's watching, on what I think Bitcoin is going to do, what I plan to do, and hopefully provide some peace of mind to those who are panicking, to those who bought, above 10,000. I know right now we're watching Bitcoin in the last couple days drop from 11,000, 12,000 down to 7,000. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering what's going on. For those who just started to get into crypto, I think you're experiencing your first crypto winter, so to speak, your crypto bear market, and that's how crypto goes, right? And that's why I always say don't put more than you feel comfortable losing, because when you put in more that you can't lose, now you start to panic, right? And you start to think about selling, and you start to watch the market obsessive. And again, so sometimes it's what I find interesting is observing the thoughts that you're feeling within and understanding that the market is feeling this pressure as well, right? And it's a cascading effect that then comes out to the macro level, and everyone starts selling and we start seeing massive volumes. And that's how a lot of people end up always buying high and selling low. And I've made these mistakes myself in the past, but you learn from them, and they are expensive mistakes. And I think every good trader, everyone who has been in Bitcoin for a while now will have experienced this at least once. I hope that I can shed my perspective on what's going on. And I think that was the first point, in terms of never put more in than you're willing to lose. And my second point is to always have cash on the sidelines. I wouldn't consider myself a trader. It's not what I want to specialize in. It's not what I want to spend my time in. Some people will spend all their time in analyzing charts, whereas I enjoy reading about the underlying technology, the developments, and being more involved in the community from that point of view. However, it's still nice to dabble in. It brings a sense of comfort when you understand a little better about what the market should do, what it's expected to do. And so I suppose you have that feeling inside, and you're ready for it. I posted a video a couple of days ago that I think Bitcoin, it's going to retest this double bottom right here, and potentially, I think this will be a point that we're all watching. If it double bottoms and rebounds strong, that could be a confirmation. But I think there is a very high possibility that we have not seen the bottom yet. So always have cash on the sidelines ready to go. I think even though I'd be okay with Bitcoin never hitting these prices, as I do have a significant amount in, because I have cash on the sideline, but I'm ready in case it does hit certain levels, and I will be adding to my stack of Bitcoins, altcoins, if we were to go this low. And I think I will keep it in Bitcoin. I don't think I'm going to spread my capital out into altcoins, just because I think Bitcoin is typically the first to rebound in a market like this. We'll see altcoins on the first day rebound pretty hard, but I think Bitcoin will be the one that has a steady increase if we were to hit the bottom. But just to provide my readers my plan of what to do with Bitcoin if it does keep on dropping, I am probably going to execute an order of about 30% of my cash if Bitcoin goes to 5,000. And just really briefly, I came across a couple videos talking about volumetric analysis, which I think is an amazing tool, right? It could be argued that technical analysis is backward looking. And although I do believe there's some truth to that, how much of it is up for debate. You see so many technical analysis go wrong, but at the same time, you do see traders call it, although you don't always see them do it consistently. So I think it remains an art, and people who do trade based on technical analysis, the good ones have years and years of training. They have stop losses. They know what they're doing, whereas I simply just like to watch it and kind of understand what it's doing. So if it does continue to drop, I'm not surprised, and I am prepared. So what volumetric analysis means is these are the levels that people are buying at. So the bigger this bar means that the more people are purchasing at this level. And when you see a bar that has very little, it means that there's not a lot going on there. And how that translates into price movement is these bars right here are where you're going to find resistance and support, right? So my next two levels, and I'd encourage you guys to look more about this. By no means am I an expert on volumetric trading or volumetric analysis, but I do think I understand the basics of it. And again, I'm not a trader, so I'm merely adding to my stack. I'm not really shorting heavily or selling a lot. I'm holding on to my stack, but we'll be adding some more. And so I'm looking at two main levels. So if Bitcoin, I may add a 10-15% of my stack at the double bottom just in case, but where I'm really going to add a significant amount is at the $5,000 level. I'll probably add in about 30% right here. And a lot of people that I've been talking to, people who have been in Bitcoin since 2010, 2011, who do a lot of over-the-counter trading. And over-the-counter trading is basically when you have so much money, 10, 20, 30, 40 million dollars, instead of purchasing over an exchange, you find a broker who finds a seller and you do a transaction that does not affect the exchanges. Because if you were to purchase 40 million on an exchange, let's say the price was 10,000, by the time you were done purchasing, that price for that exchange might be up to 11,000. So it's a win-win situation for both parties involved. But chatting with those guys and kind of hearing about the movement outside of the exchanges that we don't get to see, it still sounds like there's a lot of selling pressure. From my conversations with them, it doesn't sound like we're quite done yet. It sounds like there's a lot of sellers out there who probably know a little bit more than we do, or a lot more than we do. And so if it does go past 5,000, from what I understand about volumetric analysis, the next major support line would be at about $3,000. So starting from 4,000 to 3,000, for every 1,000 that it drops, I'll probably be putting around 10% of that cash all the way up until 3,000. And then if it goes below 3,000, that's when I'd consider taking out even more cash to put in. But I hope that helps. I think in times like these, it's almost too late, right? And I think another trading principle that I've been employing recently is buy into weakness and sell into strength. I mean, it basically means, you buy the dip and you're selling the rallies. In the beginning of 2018, we heard about how this was going to be the best year of crypto so far. There was going to be so much money coming into it, and it's easy to lose perspective at times, especially when you're going to these conferences and you're surrounded by all these people who are so passionate, so bullish. But you got to remember that the market goes in cycles. I think just judging by the market sentiment and my experience with crypto and trading and stocks in general, we don't switch from a bear market to a bull market right away. Right, there's a long time in between, because people essentially have to forget about what just happened, if that makes any sense, right? I mean, consider yourself, right, just from a personal level. If you bought at $12,000 and you put too much in, and you saw this drop all the way to 4,000, 5,000, or even 6,000, there's a lot of people, because they've been hurt so much, that the moment they get back to break even, they're going to start selling a little bit, right? They've learned their lesson about not putting in more than they can handle. And so when it hits 12,000, it's like they've been given another chance. And so they're going to sell that right away. So you're going to see different levels of resistance. I can do another video about this, just kind of explaining it in more depth. But it's only when we forget about it, almost when the market becomes apathetic and the sellers have all sold and now it's just the holders and there's little selling volume, that's when there's potential for another bull run. But it's not right after one of the biggest bull run in crypto history. It's when people forget about it, people go back to their daily lives, they start working again. I think it would be interesting to see data or analysis of how many people basically stopped working during the month of December and January when their net worth or their portfolios were tripling, quadrupling in value. So I hope you enjoyed this analysis. I've put a lot of work into thinking about it. Pretty much it's all I do every single day. Just kind of understanding the market psychology, the ebbs and the flows. I'd love to hear your feedback below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting regularly. I think I'll have more emphasis on Bitcoin. As long as it's the bear market, it sounds like these are the messages I mainly get. And make sure you share it with your friends as well. If there's anything that you'd like me to talk about, a coin you'd like me to research, or any questions, please add it within the comments below. And also within the comments, I'd love to hear what your plan is if Bitcoin continues to drop, what levels you'd be looking to purchase in at. Until next time.